Good morning children. Today we are going to see 6th English Term 3 Unit 1 Supplementary A Childhood in Malabar, a Memoir. So children, listen carefully to the session and in case if you have any doubt, make a note of it and it will be rectified on the day of reopening. Okay children, before going to the story, now let's see the short look about the author. The story written by Kamala Das. The story written by Kamala Das. This is the picture of Kamala Das. She was born on 31st March 1934 in Punnayarkulam, Madras Presidency, British India. Her pen name Madhavi Kutti. Her pen name Madhavi Kutti. She was a poet, novelist and a short story writer. Kamala Das was a major Indian English poet and an important Malayalam writer. Her notable works are EndRecap, My Story and The Descendants. EndRecap, My Story and The Descendants. She died on May 31st, 2009 at the age of 75. Pune, Maharashtra in India. Now let's see the characters of the story. This is Kamala Das and this is her elder brother. This is Malati Kutti. This is Meenakshi Edati. She was the main character of the story. Okay children, now let's start the story. The story starts with the incident of a stormy day at her grandparents' house in the village of Kerala. Kamala Das and her elder brother were invited to the feast of someone's birthday at Ambalathal. They were taken to the serpent shrine by Malati Kutti. Serpent means a long snake. Shrine means her holy place. There they saw Meenakshi Edati. She was a distant relative of the Ambalathal family. Meenakshi Edati was setting out turmeric, milk and bananas for the snakes. Being poor, she was dependent on their generosity. Generosity means the quality of being kind. Generosity means the quality of being kind. And she was dark-skinned and middle-aged. Meenakshi Edati spent her time rushing around the house and compound, never stopping to rest. Her face perpetually wearing an expression that asked for forgiveness. And she had certain tribal duties to perform, like lighting all the lamps at dusk, churning the curd and taking out the butter for the children and drawing designs with rice batter on the door, etc. Tribal means important. The family of Ambalathal could not have existed happily for a single day without Meenakshi Edati. As she was the only one who knew about how much paddy should be boiled each time to make enough rice for the household, or how many mundas had been given to the washerman, or when to give medicine to the children. After lunch, they returned home to Nalapat along with Malati Kutti. Within an house, they heard the sound of a gale. Gale means a strong wind. Gale means a strong wind. The wind tore through the coconut palms and dry leaves swirled upwards. Branches shook and the seat of the wings fell down due to this gale. Kamala Das' grandmother is also called Amama. asked all of them to sit down in the upstairs middle room and gave them a metal disc to play with. Her father's mother is also called Muttasi, ordered to close all the small windows. The sound of the rain was like the roar of a vast crowd of people. Malati Kutti insisted that she wanted to go to the Ambalathal and see Kutti Appu. Ammamma tried to comfort her that she will send her as soon as the storm stopped. The backyard was flooded. Backyard means backside of the house. And the water had also collected in the central hall. They all sat on their beds and mattresses. Chiriyamma suggested that they can chant Akshara slogans to forget their fear. Chiriyamma means Chitti. As soon as Ammamen and Ammayi went upstairs, that means uncle and auntie, the servant woman Meenakshi Edati started wailing and hitting her head with her hands. She was worried about her family members. Muttasi and Ammamma comforted her and said that she could go home the next day as soon as the rain stopped. Muttasi means father's mother. Ammamma means Kamalada's grandmother. All of them heard the tree crashing to the ground and a dog whining in the western yard. All of them spent the whole night in the southern room. When they woke up, the rain had stopped. A young man from Vadakara came to check whether all are safe. And he told them that he started out at daybreak and waded through the water. On his way, he saw the collapsed huts and trees. Collapsed means suddenly fall down. Collapsed means suddenly fall down. And also he saw the dead fowls and dead goats floating in the water. Floating means suspended in water. Floating means suspended in water. When Kamala Das enquired the young man whether anyone had sent them murukus and dates, her grandmother corrected her, saying that was not the time to ask for all those things. Kamala hugged her head shamed. Children, now we came to an end of the story. Okay children, I hope you all have understood the story. Now let's see choose the correct answers. First one, Meenakshi Edati was a dash relative of the Ambalathal family. Close, distance and real. The answer is distance. Meenakshi Edati was a distance relative of the Ambalathal family. Second one, we spent the whole night in the dash room. Southern, eastern and western. The answer is southern. We spent the whole night in the southern room. Third one, dash had only certain tribal duties. Meenakshi Edati, Malati Kutti and Kamala Das. The answer is Meenakshi Edati. Meenakshi Edati had only certain tribal duties. Fourth one, Meenakshi spent her time dash around the house and compound, walking, rushing and running. The answer is rushing. Meenakshi spent her time rushing around the house and compound. Fifth one, Meenakshi Edati was a dash aged woman, young, middle and old. The answer is middle. Meenakshi Edati was a middle-aged woman. Now let's see the true or false. First one, Meenakshi Edathi was fair-skinned and young. The answer is false. Second one, Kamala Das began to feel sleepy after lunch. The answer is false. Third one, Malati Kutti wanted to see Kutti Appu. The answer is true. Fourth one, the coconut palm crashed down due to heavy rain. The answer is true. Fifth one, Ammamma gave the children metal dick to play with. The answer is true. Okay children, now let's move on to the important questions and answers. First one, who was the important person in the Ambalakkal family? Meenakshi Edathi was the important person in the Ambalakkal family. Who was the important person in the Ambalakkal family? Meenakshi Edathi was the important person in the Ambalakkal family. Second one, why was Meenakshi Edathi considered an important person? Meenakshi Edathi was the only one who knew how much paddy should be boiled each time to make in a rice for the household, or how many mundas had been given to the washerman, or even to give medicine to the children. So, she was considered an important person. Third one, how did Meenakshi Edathi spend her time? Meenakshi Edathi spent her time rushing around the house and the compound, never stopping to rest. Her face constantly wore an expression that asked for forgiveness. She had certain tribal duties to perform. How did Meenakshi Edathi spend her time? Meenakshi Edathi spent her time rushing around the house and compound, never stopping to rest. Her face constantly wore an expression that asked for forgiveness. She had certain tribal duties to perform. Fourth one, describe the appearance and qualities of Meenakshi Edathi. Meenakshi Edathi was dark-skinned and middle-aged. She is busy always and never stopped to take rest. Describe the appearance and qualities of Meenakshi Edathi. Meenakshi Edathi was dark-skinned and middle-aged. She is busy always and never stopped to take rest. The last one, how would the days be without Meenakshi Edathi? The family of Ambalakkal could not have existed happily for a single day without Meenakshi Edathi. How would the days be without Meenakshi Edathi? The family of Ambalakkal could not have existed happily for a single day without Meenakshi Edathi. Okay children, now let's move on to the evaluation. First one, who were invited to the feast? Second one, where did Malati Kutti take them? Third one, what happened as soon as the storm started? Fourth one, who suggested to chant Akshara slogans? Fifth one, from where did the young man come?